Paris, where the French capital once again finds itself at the centre of political drama. Today, September 4th, 2025, the Socialist Party delegation has arrived at Matignon, the official residence of the French Prime Minister François Bayrou. Just days ahead of a crucial confidence vote in Parliament on September 8th, the Socialists have emerged as pivotal players in determining the future of Bayrou's fragile government and potentially who might succeed him as Prime Minister. From left to right, Senate Socialist leader Patrick Canner, MEP Nora Mayberek, Party leader Olivier Faure and National Assembly Socialist leader Boris Vallaud. They arrive with a careful sense of ceremony, pausing briefly for photographers before mounting the stone steps of Matignon. This is not just a courtesy call, it is a negotiation visit, a test of influence, and perhaps the preview of a power shift. The backdrop is one of mounting instability. With Emmanuel Macron's centrist coalition struggling to hold a majority, Bayrou faces a confidence vote that could end his short-lived premiership. For the Socialists, long out of government, this moment is leverage, an opportunity to push their vision for economic and social reform while forcing Macron to consider them as indispensable partners in governance. Minutes later, the delegation is seen departing, their faces serious but composed. The meeting, though brief, signals heavy stakes. Policy concessions, prime ministerial succession, and France's Faure and his colleagues, the message is clear. They are not here as spectators, but as kingmakers. With the balance of power tipping, their ability to demand concrete commitments has never been greater. There is a public debt that has become unbearable, but we must reduce it by seeking money where it can be found, that is, in the pockets of those who have benefited the most from the past 8 years under the President and his successive prime ministers. And then we must also stimulate the economy. That's why, with our parliamentary groups, we've proposed a plan that is perfectly balanced, reducing the debt, finding new revenue, particularly from the wealthiest. Faure's words cut straight into the economic heart of France's political dilemma. With debt climbing and public services under strain, he offers a simple equation: tax the wealthy, revive growth, and rebalance the system. It is a direct challenge to the Macron era's economic orthodoxy, seen by many as favouring elites while leaving ordinary households behind. Within this framework, which is that of the left that wants to govern, it is up to him, Emmanuel Macron, to choose a prime minister who has his approval and can then govern and move forward on the basis we have set out. That's the key. There is a proposal on the table offering a different vision for the future, and I think it deserves to be discussed. So it's a good thing if Laurent Wauquiez says he wouldn't censure this government. Faure's statement goes beyond economics. It is about power and legitimacy. By placing the ball in Macron's court, he signals readiness to share responsibility, but only if the Prime Minister reflects left-wing principles. His mention of Conservative figure Laurent Wauquiez adds intrigue. If even the right hesitates to topple a compromise government, the Socialists' leverage only grows. This exchange is part of a larger chess match unfolding in Paris. Prime Minister François Bayrou, a centrist veteran long loyal to Macron, faces not only a looming confidence test, but also questions over his authority to push through reforms in pensions, taxation and industrial policy. The Socialists' willingness to negotiate reflects their dual identity, opposition critics and potential partners in stabilising government. Meanwhile, Macron watches carefully from the Élysée Palace. His calculation is delicate: appease the Socialists without alienating his centrist base and avoid sparking backlash from Conservatives who accuse him of shifting too far left. Every handshake, every statement at Matignon is therefore scrutinised as a signal of where France may head next. For the public, the stakes are visceral. France's debt burden, hovering around 112% of GDP, casts a long shadow. Inflation, energy costs and stagnant wages weigh on households. Faure's insistence on targeting wealth redistribution resonates with working-class voters, while Macron's camp warns that punitive taxes could scare away investment. This ideological clash mirrors broader European debates over austerity versus stimulus, elite privilege versus social justice. The delegation departs Matignon. Cameras follow Faure as he stops to brief reporters once more before vanishing into the Parisian streets. Voiceover reflection. In that fleeting moment, Faure becomes more than a party leader. He embodies a left-wing alternative at a moment when the French centre is wobbling. For Macron, Bayrou and their allies, the Socialists' exit from Matignon is less an end than the start of a countdown, the countdown to the September 8th vote. In just 4 days, Parliament will decide whether François Bayrou remains Prime Minister or whether France embarks on another round of political uncertainty. For now, the Socialist Party has seized the spotlight, framing itself as the decisive force in shaping France's economic recovery and political direction. From the stone steps of Matignon to the chamber of the National Assembly, the days ahead promise high drama. And tonight in Paris, the message is unmistakable. The Socialists are no longer bystanders, they are power brokers.